The Morning Hustle with L'Oreal and Kyle Santillian, and our door is always open for guests, and we have another guest in the studio today. A lot of people feeling his pain on the internet, if you will, but he's here to talk about what's happening, man. Joe Smith is here with us. Former NBA great Joe Smith here, man. We appreciate you stopping by, yo.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate it.
Let's get right to it, man.
Child,
Right.
it's crazy out here, ain't it?
Everybody is watching what's going on the internet between you and your wife, Kisha Chavis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And for those that are, just catching up, she went on social media posting a video about you being upset about finding out that she had an OnlyFans page.
Right.
She said, she took matters to where she had to take it because y'all needed money, basically. What's your response?
I mean,
That's not what she said.
She did say that.
That is not what she said.
She said
What'd
that
she say?
all of this started from they had financial issues, and that's why she was doing all of this, you know what I'm saying, with the OnlyFans and some
she
of the other
said
businesses.
he was talking to other women.
Well, she said that's
That's
why she
why she
went.
started the page.
She said, well, here's how I interpret it.
Okay, yeah, let's see, because now we about to
I'm
know.
like, yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, look, we arguing about it.
Right.
Look.
All right. She did say you were talking to other women. When I asked her about why would she put you on the internet in that conversation, she
Right.
said she was being petty. You know what I mean? So
Right.
what's your take on the whole thing? We'll just start from there.
I mean, the situation really threw me for a loop because she knows how easy and how laid back I am and how easy I am to come talk to. So, when I find out about the Only Page fans, page, we're discussing it, and then all of a sudden, I turn around and see myself on camera.
Right.
So, and I'm a real private guy. Like, I'm a very private guy. Played 16 years in the NBA, and privacy is like a major thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I kind of erupted and started saying some of the things I said. The OnlyFans page, like, it really didn't. It's really not the fact that she has the page. With me is the fact that I'm one of the last people to know.
Yeah.
She says you won't answer her calls and stuff. Like, she's been trying to reach out to you since this whole blow up, and you're kind of one that's not being responsive in terms of like speaking to her.
Yeah, I really don't have too much to say right now. I mean, I'm still. Y'all just don't know how my phone's been going crazy all week long. I mean,
Yeah.
from family members, from people that had so much respect for me, from what I did, from childhood, friends, and my phone has just been going crazy. And then I keep looking, Instagram is my ding, 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 ding all day long, and I hate it. I hate it.
Do you feel like this is kind of like tarnishing your legacy?
Yeah, because I did a lot to build my image, throughout my basketball career, throughout my life. That's something my mom would always harp on, when she was alive, God rest her soul. But I did a lot to build my image and to be respected in a certain way. So, I think it, for a little bit has a effect on it. But
Right.
the people that really know me and know how I am, know who I am, they understand. They're the ones that's kind of helping me, with their words of kindness and their gratitude for what I've done for them in the past. It's kind of helping me through it, but it's tough.
For the people that don't know, bro, like, you came into the league in 1995 as the #1 overall draft pick in the NBA. You didn't just make it to the league. You were number
Number
one.
one is
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
That is crazy.
Yes,
That's
sir.
insane. So I think a lot of times people look at it and say, and I hope it doesn't sound mean to you, but people say, like, damn, how do you go from being to the #1 pick in the NBA draft to going through what you're going through right now?
Right.
You know what I mean? And some people will look at it as, some sort of fall off. How do you categorize where you are in the space right now versus where you were?
I mean, back then, they was drafting guys. I was 19 years old when I got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
No clue on how to handle money. No clue on you know, how to deal with certain situations about life. I even took my mom to California with me my first year. I got drafted by the Warriors.
By the Warriors, yeah.
So I took my mom with me to California my first year to kind of help guide me through that, you know,
Right.
because you never know what to expect, you know. So
Well,
I lived and learned.
right.
Yeah.
You know, I lived and learned. Did some things that, you know, I definitely wouldn't do again. You know, and I've had some experiences throughout my career that that were definitely learning experiences that that I'm able to look back on now and kind of gain some type of outlook on and understanding on why I did it at that time, what was going on in my mind at that time, and you know, we live and we learn.
But you made millions of dollars. We've seen different basketball players like Antoine Walker, who they said blew through $125 million. And a big part of that was him spending money on women, right?
Yeah.
We know that. And
I
now,
did that.
Yeah, you did that. I did that as well. And now the money isn't like it quite was. So, you know, you have to work. You have to do things. She's saying that you pretty much work for her. And when she first got with you, you didn't have any money at all. Was that the case? And did she ever express to you wanting to do reality television?
Yeah, she expressed reality TV, but as far as the money part, that's not true. I've been taking care of our household for the last 10 years.
Really?
Yes, and it's been a struggle. It hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy at all, but I've been, you know, doing what I can to take care of keep a roof over our head and make sure, you know, we have certain things that, you know, we can live off of. So I disagree with that.
Yeah,
And, you know,
that's so crazy because both of y'all stories are so totally different.
Different.
That it's like I'm just a little lost. So when the camera was on you, right? Did you ever think like, because was she on Instagram Live or did she post that?
she posted it.
She posted it. Okay, so did you ever think like, let me stop talking because she would post this, or did you think she?
That's
would
why I
never
walked
do?
out the room at the end.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of it, that's why I walked out the room and didn't say anything else.
But has she posted you before? That's a private conversation.
That is a
correct?
private conversation. That's the first time she's posted any of our private conversations. That's the first time she ever recorded any of our private conversations. So, you know, and that's what really threw me for a loop. After the recording, I wasn't sure whether she was going to post it or not, so I walked out the room. I was still, you know, walked out the room and didn't want to say anything else that, you know, I might regret later on.
Right.
So I just walked out of the room and
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
Your stories are so different, man. Like, even to the whole point about her, you know, telling us how she's carrying you guys with all of the different businesses that she's had.
like she does, like, no, she does have a lot of different businesses.
Okay.
And she is, you know, very productive with those businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. She
But
also
so-
claimed that you were depressed, and that's kind of contributing to some of the things that you guys are going through.
Definitely.
How's your mental state these days?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
I still have my moments, as you could hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Do you
it
feel
was
like
tough.
because a big part of that I would have to assume would be with the fact that you did go to the league, you've had such an amazing career, and now that you're not playing anymore, things change. Do you think as like the league, NBA, should have like some sort of program where it's like psychologist or something where you sit down and actually, because it's your job to figure out what to do with your money, but your mental state kind of comes from working all the time and constantly being on the road, and then that switching up, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that the league should be a part in doing something to help players?
I mean, I think they do a good job with it. I mean, we have people that we can talk to, and you know, they have counselors and things like that we can go to and talk to. But when you get home and you know you're back trying to get on that daily grind,
That's hard.
yeah, it's hard.
I can imagine. One of the things she said was that you knew who she was when you met her, right? And then, you know, she told us about her backstory with the adult films and
She has a lot of names.
a lot of names on her side. Did any of her history, it didn't give you pause when you got into the relationship? Like, and was there a conversation of, okay, I know what you used to do, but we're not going back down that type of road anymore moving forward?
That was actually one of our first conversations, when we met. Because she didn't tell me right off the bat, what she did. After we met, after going through my career, I'm one of those people that's, I have to make sure I can trust you and things like that. So I went home and did a little research, Googled her name. Some of that popped up with the porn stuff, and I asked her about it. And, we talked about it, and, that was one of the things that she said she would, never do, because it was all about the music at the point. She's a singer as well.
So that was in her past, is what she explained.
Yeah, that was in her past, correct. Okay. So
you was accepting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, I know people, we go through things. I don't judge anybody. I try to be understanding towards anybody I come in contact with, or anybody I communicate with. And, I hope to receive the same thing, in return.
Yeah, and then it felt like the OnlyFans was kind of like a step back towards that.
Correct. In my eyes, correct. And that's why, I'm sitting there saying, all that's supposed to be done, over with, in the past, and out the door, because that's what I'm thinking, that we don't have to deal with that anymore.
So did you leave the house? Did you kick her out? Are you staying with family? Like what?
Yeah, I went back to Virginia for a little bit. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? Is it over between y'all? Because that's like a lot of betrayal. Mm. And then I asked her if she was if she felt like she was manipulative, and she said, yeah, like I can be.
That was in a laugh of agreement.
I mean, she said that pretty much. She called you gullible.
Yeah.
Oh wow. See.
Am I wrong?
No, she did. And she even said putting you on camera was her being petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
see
what
down
do you
the more I see down the more.
And it's like not even to put you in a space like that, but it's like as I'm sitting here looking at you versus her, this is crazy to me. Like I almost feel bad. No, definitely. I do really feel bad.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm like, because at first I'm like, is this like a publicity stunt? And like I always say how I think, so that's what I was thinking. And even talking to her, I was like, this is definitely a publicity stunt. Like,
and
I
a lot
felt
of
like
people
I
on
was
the internet felt that way as well.
But sitting down with you, I don't think this is a publicity stunt.
Bottom line is, our conversation with you feels a little bit more genuine.
I'm really embarrassed about that. And I've been getting a lot of support online, but I just hate being out there like that.
Yeah, you love this person, and she betrayed you. Oh.
What do you...
Ooh, you got me over here crying now. Like...
Yeah. Do you see a solution moving forward?
I mean, we're going to have to sit down and talk eventually, Kisha and I, and just try to see how we move forward.
I said to her, you can understand why he don't want to talk to you right now, or why he might not want to come back. Like, this relationship could be over. The things that she did, y'all might have been able to work them out if it stayed between y'all. The big problem is that you embarrass this man in front of the world. And for me, I don't know if that's something I could come back from. So if you chose never to come back, it's like, I kind of understand. You know what I mean? She kind of put you in that position where, like...
It's a tough position to be in. Because, like you said, I love her.
Yeah.
You know?
You can tell. But when someone's hurting you like that, right? And doing things to try to kind of tarnish your name and, like, embarrass you.
Yeah.
You got to kind of think about yourself at some point. Right? And...
I don't know.
You're dealing with a lot, bro.
Yeah, this is a lot for him.
I just hope that, at the end of the day with all of this, that you do have somebody that you're confiding in, somebody that's helping you manage this situation, because, it does feel like it's a big burden on your shoulders. Right. It's in front of the world. So I hope that you have that person, and that, they can kind of keep you in the right headspace and moving forward.
Yeah,
in the
my
right way.
family's been good, man.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
know,
That's good. We know you got some other stuff going on too, man. Give you the opportunity to speak on it. You got the Joe Smith Basketball Foundation.
Mhm.
You want to talk a little bit about the
let's talk
foundation?
about something positive.
Yeah, let's talk about the foundation, man. What you got going on with that?
I mean, it's a foundation, basketball academy / foundation where, I train boys and girls, all ages, in the game of basketball, and try to mentor them throughout their basketball process. Give them input, insight as they go throughout their, go from stage to stage in their basketball career.
What city do you operate out of in terms of the foundation, or is it nationwide, or how you doing it?
I'm doing it right now, more traveling with it.
Okay.
I started right here in Sewanee when I first moved back to Georgia after I retired. But I started in Sewanee, and now, been doing more stuff. I've been going back to Virginia, did a couple things in Jacksonville. So just trying to expand it a little bit more.
Do you yourself still play? Because, you know, you got Ice Cube with the big three.
I did that the first year, you know.
Yeah.
I played out there the very first season, and it was fun. But my knee was like, nah, you can't go
I was
back.
going to say that. It was like 7 injuries in 1 minute. I was like, wait a second, what's happening here?
Yeah, that left wheel said, nah, we done.
Yeah, there's things going on with Ice Cube where it's like people are saying that like the NBA is kind of trying to like push him out.
Mhm.
Do you think that that's something that might be of truth?
You know, when he first started the league, I can't remember, 2017 or something like that. But that was one of the issues that he was talking about even then. You know, he's like, we want to get this thing to a point where it's competing with the NBA so much that they want to try and push us out. That's what one of the things that he wanted and he was looking forward to. He was like, once we get to that point, then I know we're doing something special. And you know, they're at that point now, and you know, I'm just happy for them.
I know people probably ask you this all the time, but you had a chance to be on the Lakers with Kobe before he retired, correct?
Yeah.
What was
that
that
was my last
experience
team.
like? Yeah. What was
Yeah.
that like?
I mean, I grew up a Lakers fan. I'm a Magic Johnson fan, and I grew up a Lakers fan, so I always wanted to put on that uniform. And you know, for me to get traded midway through my last year to the Lakers, hoping to get a ring, but we ain't get one that year. We ain't get one that year, but I you know, it was a lot of fun. You know, I played alongside a lot of Hall of Famers. I played alongside Kevin Garnett, Allen Iverson.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's my guy right there.
I love me some AI.
Yeah, because let me run down this, because you played for the Warriors, the Sixers, the Timberwolves, the Pistons, the Bucks,
Cleveland.
the Nuggets. I already said the Sixers, the Bulls, the Cavs, the Thunder, the
Every
Hawks,
team except for
the
what I got on today. That's crazy. I'm wearing this for Kevin Durant. This is I'm wearing this
I
for
played with
Durant.
Kevin Durant. I played some.
That works. I'm like, Jesus, I ain't hit nothing. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, your basketball career is to be respected.
Oh man, I
for
appreciate it.
for
I
sure.
appreciate
Lil
it.
Wayne went viral last week for them asking him his top Lakers players. Was it 3 or 5 they asked him? Give us your top. You don't count in this, by the way.
Dang.
You can't say yourself.
I was gonna save myself for number 1 too.
So who would be your 3 top Lakers?
I mean, no order, but obviously I got Magic Johnson,
Okay.
Kareem, and I'm a big man, so I go Shaq.
See, yeah.
I mean, I love Kobe. Don't take nothing from him, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm a big man, so. And I had to guard Shaq in the playoffs one year, so I respect him to, you know, at a different level.
That's funny. Yeah, because he actually took Shaq out and put somebody else in, and Shaq was like, he was looking like he was fake crying.
Right.
So I know he's really gonna appreciate that. Shaq, give him a Papa John's or something.
Yeah, look out for me, Shaq.
Any memorable moment with Iverson?
See, the thing about me and AI, we go back to kids. We from the same area.
Yeah,
so
Norfolk, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Virginia
he went to
Beach, yeah.
Hampton. I mean, he's from Hampton area, so we played AAU growing up since we was about 8, 9 years old. And one thing I always tell people that same game that y'all saw in the NBA and at Georgetown was the same way he played
That's
coming up as a
crazy.
kid. You know, it was like this attacking the basket, the crossovers and the speed. I was like, man, this dude, he just perfected it as he you know, excelled through the levels. But the same way he played as a kid was the same way he played in the league. nonstop.
But he was a rebel when it came to coming into the NBA. They say he changed the way people dressed, players dressed,
Yeah, they changed
everything.
the dress code and everything.
So what do you think about players and people like Dylan Brooks? Right? They're the younger generation. They come in talking smack. And some people don't really like that. But isn't that kind of the nature of the game?
That's what I was about to say. I don't mind the smack talking. Like, you could talk smack all you want. You just got to be able to back it up. It's the dirtiness. It's the dirtiness that, gets me when you keep hitting people in private areas and, stuff like that. And you keep, getting flagrant foul, technical fouls and stuff like that. But the trash talking, I don't mind that. I mean, that's something throughout the.
Who's somebody you'll never forgive because it's something that they did on a court? Like you did. You'll never. I remember that day when he did.
So we had to, we played Chicago, and I think it might have been my second year, and Dennis Rodman was on the team. So, I had to guard Dennis. We was guarding each other. And, you hear all the stories as a young guy about, Dennis and how the type of antics and stuff that he, like to pull against opponents. And I think I ended the game with like 23 points and 20 rebounds, and he had like 20-some rebounds. And, but every time we going out court, he keeps smacking me on the butt. I'm like, yo, I'm not on your team. Why you keep smacking me on the butt? What is wrong with you? So I never said anything to him about it because I was kind of, I was young and I ain't, But, that's probably the most
annoying
thing that you.
Dinner?
After he got off.
That's funny, bro. That's hilarious.
But yeah, that was the funniest thing I can remember.
What do you feel about the big man position? Because you said you're a fan of the big man position. You were in the league. You're a big guy, and now everything is kind of like, there's not necessarily a center.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You just have power forwards and people are moving all over the place. You got big men shooting threes.
Right.
What's your perspective on how you see the game change over the years?
Man, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the big guys because before we only thought guards can put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
We only thought guards can attack the basket and guards can shoot off the dribble. But now we got big men doing it night in and night out. And, that's something special for the game.
Yeah.
When you see guys, you see the production of bigs, not just with their back to the basket, or not just expected to, clog the paint or rebound the ball, but I can extend this defense just as well as these guards now.
We see a lot of rappers and basketball. It kind of coincides, right? So instead of having basketball players rapping, and rappers playing basketball, now you have rappers that are commentating like Snoop, and then you have Mason Cam when it is what it is, right? What do you think about their takes? Like, especially specifically Mason Cam.
They are hilarious.
They're funny. They are funny.
I mean, I love their takes. I mean, I love to hear takes from all walks of life, from everybody, from an attorney, from entertainers, from anybody. Man, I just love to hear the take on the game of basketball because I love the game so much that you always want to hear what can make it better. You always want to hear different things about how you can how people see different players around the league and how they feel about them. And some of those stories that you hear from a lot of these fans are some great stories, and I love to hear it.
Yeah, it's dope.
Listen, Joe, man, we could definitely see the the excitement in your voice talking about basketball. The smile comes out, man.
Yeah.
So we wish you those happy moments, and we know you're going through a lot right now with your wife and things of that nature. But you come across as a very genuine, good guy, man. We wish you the best.
Yeah,
man.
we see the difference when you're talking about her, which you look sad,
right.
versus when you're talking about something. So what do you really love? What do you really love? So we might got to reevaluate, Joe.
That's right. So,
okay.
So thank you for spending the time with us. We appreciate you, bro.
You did it, Joe.
Yeah. We want everything to work out the best for you, bro.
Man, I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Appreciate you
Thank you for
guys
spending
having
some
me.
time
Thank
with
you.
us, man.
We are the Morning Hustle.